Horoscope for Cancer, Saturday, 3 January 2026. Welcome to Cosmological. Today, Cancer, the universe imposes on you a subtle but powerful challenge: to balance the fire of your passion with the logic of your reason. The moon, in your first house of the eye, collides with Venus and Mars, two planets that also reside in your seventh house of relationships. While the moon asks you to express sincere emotions, Venus and Mars encourage you to act with determination. It's like your heart and mind are dancing a discompassionate waltz, and you, in the center, need to find the rhythm. But don't worry. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, forms a trigon with Saturn, offering you a safety net so you don't fall into excesses. This day is a cross between intense emotion and structured stability. Take a deep breath. Today it is not a question of choosing between feeling and doing, but of merging both energies. Your body, first home, awakens with unusual vigor, thanks to Jupiter in the same sector, but prepare for moments where the tension between what you want and what you need can become visible. In the professional field, today there is a contradictory but productive scenario. Mars and Venus, both in your seventh house of collaboration, drive you to take on a more active role in shared teams or projects. However, Mercury, also in that house, forms a square with Saturn and Neptune, which could make communications feel blurred or loaded with folds. Imagine this energy as an email that comes with an ambiguous theme. Your instinct tells you it's important, but the details are unclear. Here, the key is to avoid rushing. If you are negotiating a contract or closing a sale, do not sign without securing all terms. Saturn, though strict, offers structure, while Jupiter in Trigon guarantees that, in the long term, well-planned efforts will translate into benefits. This happens because the opposition between the Moon and Mars pushes you to act urgently, but Saturn reminds you that prudence avoids mistakes. In finance, the conjunction between Saturn and Neptune suggests that you might discover a hidden expense or debt to be paid. Check your utility bills or taxes. If something catches your attention, act calmly. It is not a crisis, but an opportunity to clean up your book of accounts. Your physical and emotional well-being will be a sensitive terrain today. The moon, in your first home, highlights the connection between your emotions and your body. You might notice accumulated fatigue or mild muscle aches, especially in the neck or shoulders, as if the tension between what you feel and what you express is materializing. To balance this, take 10 minutes to stretch while listening to soft piano music. Sound will separate mental energy from physics. In the kitchen, cook something simple but nutritious: a vegetable broth or a guacamole with raw vegetables. These foods, such as cucumber or parsley, act as internal aspersers, cleaning up accumulated toxins. If you feel that your mind runs without pause, Mercury in square with Neptune, pause and write on a paper, "I am allowing chaos to dissolve." Then place it in a cup of water with a pinch of salt. This ritual is not magical, but symbolic. When you see the water absorbing the ink, you will remember that you can turn stress into fluidase. Relationships will be under intense observation today. With the Sun, Venus, and Mars in your seventh home, your partners, or teammates will be the epicenter of your energies. But the opposition between the Moon and these planets can create an emotional gap. You might feel impulsive at a time where your partner needs patience. Imagine this dynamic as a conversation where you talk about future plans and she prefers to talk about present emotions. It is not conflict, but a need to tune the frequencies. If you are single, an unexpected situation, like a message from someone from the past, could open an emotional door. Do not reject this energy. Today is the day to integrate what you have been avoiding. In friendships, Uranus in your 11th home suggests that a group of friends or a professional network could change dynamics. A key member may leave the collective or propose a new initiative. Remember that friendships are like plants. They need light, but also shade to grow. Today, Saturn in your ninth house and Neptune in the same sector create an ideal mental field for introspection. If you've been stuck on a learning project or planning a trip, today is the day to review the foundation. If you are studying a language, review past exam errors as if they were maps to avoid future falls. Jupiter in trigon with Saturn offers you a clear vision. Any effort to understand abstract concepts, philosophy, esoteric sciences, etc., shall be multiplied. Neptune, on the other hand, pushes you to imagine creative solutions. A useful metaphor is that of an architect who, before building a building, inspects the foundations to make sure they support the design. Today, that architect is you. In spirituality, Pluto in your eighth house reminds you that growth does not always occur in the light. Sometimes, it is necessary to go down into the depths and face what you have been denying. If you feel recurring dreams or unexplored emotions, don't ignore them. He writes about them. The action of transforming the subconscious into words is an act of power. Today, the balance between tension and fluidity is achieved through a ritual of alchemy of tension and potency of goals. To transmute the conflicting energy between the moon and the planets, Venus and Mars, write on a paper everything that generates irritation at this time. Then place it in a glass of water with a pinch of salt. As you watch the water absorb the ink, visualize how that frustration dissolves. At the end, break the paper and pour the water into the desagu. This symbolic act not only liberates emotions, but also teaches you that conflicts are not enemies, but fuel for growth. To enhance the trigon between Jupiter and Saturn, choose an image or symbol that represents a long-term goal, a journey, a project, a financial goal, and place it in a visible place. If you want to save for a trip, paste a destination map on your desktop. Visual repetition acts as a constant reminder of your intention. Your talisman color for today is deep purple, Jupiter's color. This tone, which combines the intensity of red with the serenity of blue, helps you balance passion with wisdom. Dress it in an accessory, a bracelet, a necklace, or simply visualize it at the beginning of the day. Purple is not a color that seeks to stand out, but one that invites reflection and expansion with purpose. Today, that color will be your shield against confusion and your beacon toward growth. Have a good day, dear Cancer. Subscribe to Cosmologica Lab so you don't miss the next video. Give it a like if it resonated with you, and let us know in the comments what you thought. See you in the next video.